Discover deep strategy, rich storytelling, and tactical combat from a unique top-down view. These PS5 isometric RPGs offer unforgettable adventures filled with choice, challenge, and exploration. Let's dive right in. Curse of the Dead Gods is a top-down action roguelite that blends fast, reflex-driven combat with deep strategy. You explore cursed temples filled with deadly traps, relentless enemies, and massive bosses, aiming to survive floor by floor. Combat is easy to pick up swing swords, stab with spears, or fire bows, but the stamina system rewards precise dodges and parries. Curses, environmental hazards, and a small progression system keep each run unpredictable and tense. Every choice matters, from managing resources to timing attacks. It's challenging, tactical, and incredibly satisfying for fans of skill-based roguelites. Children of Morta is a stunning pixel art dungeon crawler that mixes fast-paced combat with heartfelt storytelling. You control the Bergson family, each member bringing unique abilities: John's shield, Linda's bow, Lucy's fire magic, forcing you to switch tactically to survive corruption-filled dungeons. Procedurally generated runs are packed with enemies, traps, and loot, while temporary buffs and permanent upgrades keep progression satisfying. Boss fights demand strategy and timing, making victories feel earned. Between runs, warm family interactions deepen the narrative, giving this action-packed roguelike real emotional weight.
You have shown an aptitude for applying lethal solutions to conflicted situations.
The Ascent drops you into a neon-soaked cyberpunk world where twin-stick shooting meets Diablo-style action RPG progression. You blast through hordes of enemies, upgrading weapons, leveling skills, and customizing armor to create a fully lethal character. Combat is frantic and satisfying, combining precise aiming, dodging, and knockback effects that scatter foes across the environment. Enemy variety keeps you constantly switching tactics, and co-op amplifies the chaos and fun. While the campaign can drag late game, exploring towering cityscapes and grimy streets makes every firefight feel cinematic and thrilling.
We march to vanquish Galerius and free all nations of Fevrith alike.
Unicorn Overlord is a grand tactical RPG that masterfully fuses classic fantasy storytelling with deep, rewarding strategy. You play as Prince Elaine, leading a rebellion to reclaim his lost kingdom, but the true brilliance lies in its personal stories. Every ally, rival, and decision shapes your destiny. Vanillaware's signature artistry shines through, with stunning hand-drawn visuals, rich environments, and an evocative score that breathes life into the world of Fevrith. Combat blends real-time movement with layered turn-based tactics, emphasizing smart formations, stamina balance, and team synergy over brute force. Though managing units can feel intricate, Unicorn Overlord remains a heartfelt, beautifully designed strategy masterpiece.
I could never pose a threat to Zenoira on my own.
I'll never deserve your trust again.
Death's Door is an action RPG that delivers pure, finely tuned fun. You play as a small crow reaper venturing through hauntingly beautiful lands filled with hidden paths, clever shortcuts, and intricate puzzles. Combat is fast, fluid, and deeply satisfying. You'll dodge, slash, and weave in magic abilities that also serve as puzzle-solving tools. Each dungeon introduces fresh mechanics that keep both battles and exploration engaging, while bosses push your skills to the limit in smart, rewarding ways. Death's Door is a compact yet unforgettable adventure that strikes a perfect balance between challenge, discovery, and wonder. Tactics Ogre Reborn breathes new life into a legendary strategy RPG while preserving the timeless depth that made it iconic. Set in the war-torn Valerian Isles, you lead Denim through a web of political intrigue, moral dilemmas, and intense tactical battles that remain as rewarding as ever. Combat plays out on intricate grid maps, where positioning, class synergy, and skill choices shape every victory or defeat. Deep customization and limited ability slots force smart, meaningful decisions, while the new Chariot Tarot system adds a clever rewind mechanic for tactical flexibility. Even with its dated visuals, Tactics Ogre Reborn stands as a masterful revival, a brilliant return to strategy's golden age.
Party of resistance fighters as the daring hero Denim Pavel, alongside his sister Katua and childhood friend.
Today, we fight not for glory or pride, but for survival.
Triangle Strategy is a tactical RPG built around careful planning and smart battlefield moves. You command a party in grid-based combat, leveraging terrain, height, and positioning to outsmart enemies. Each character has unique strengths, from swift cavalry to sturdy infantry and support mages, while enemy scaling keeps every encounter challenging. Outside combat, political decisions add depth. Your party votes on choices, sometimes overruling you, shaping the story and relationships. Slower paced and thoughtful, it rewards strategy and exploration, making it a must-play for fans of isometric tactics and meaningful choices.
To victory!
You will pay for your grievous sins, Serenoa Wolfort.
Wasteland 3 is a post-apocalyptic tactical RPG set in a frozen Colorado where survival is brutal and choices matter. You command a 6-person ranger squad in turn-based combat, using cover, positioning, and environmental hazards like explosive barrels or mounted guns. Each character has unique perks and skills, letting you tackle quests with diplomacy, stealth, or sheer firepower. Dark humor and wild scenarios, from killer clowns to the ferret launcher, keep encounters unpredictable. Decisions affect factions, recruits, and endings, making every choice weighty. Strategic combat and meaningful consequences make this frozen wasteland a true RPG playground.
Don't drag your feet, Rangers.
A generation born without souls, without a future.
Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition brings classic isometric RPG depth to consoles with full tactical combat and rich storytelling. You control a party of adventurers, pausing to issue orders, cast spells, and chain attacks in fights that reward planning and strategy. Every choice shapes relationships with your quirky companions. While exploring dungeons, managing your stronghold, and interacting with factions adds layers of immersion. Leveling up skills and customizing your team makes each playthrough unique. Story mode lets you focus on the epic narrative, but mastering combat and party strategy delivers the full rewarding experience.
To teach a lesson. If it's something else.
And find a way to destroy them. Fortunately, we have an ace.
Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is a sprawling isometric RPG where you lead a crusade against a demonic invasion. You command a diverse party of adventurers, each with unique classes, abilities, and mythic powers, exploring a detailed world while engaging in deep turn-based combat. Switch between real-time with pause or full turn-based mode to tackle encounters your way. Party members react to choices, argue, or even leave, giving weight to every decision. Despite some repetitive army management, the strategic battles, rich character progression, and branching storylines make it a truly epic RPG adventure.
Their master, the Demon Lord Daskari, thinks he can break our spirit. He is mistaken.
Disco Elysium, the final cut, redefines what an RPG can be. There's no combat, no level grinding, just raw, immersive storytelling. You play as a broken detective waking up from a brutal hangover, tasked with solving a murder while wrestling with the fractured voices in your own mind. Every conversation and choice shapes your personality and path, whether you become a sharp-minded investigator, a total wreck, or something in between. The final cut enriches the experience with full voice acting and new political quests, bringing the gritty, surreal world of Revachol to life. Stylish, strange, and brilliantly written, it's a masterpiece of choice and consequence unlike anything else on PS5.
About to become a war. Heaven sent their finest.
Darksiders Genesis is a top-down action RPG that puts a fresh spin on the Darksiders series while keeping combat intense. You switch between War and Strife on the fly. War handles brutal melee attacks, while Strife takes out enemies from afar with guns and special ammo. Both characters have upgrades that add depth, like War's area attacks and Strife's hotstreak meter. Levels are full of hidden areas, puzzles, and loot, and the creature core system lets you customize stats to match your playstyle. Solo or co-op, the fast-paced combat, combos, and epic boss fights make every run explosive and rewarding. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is a masterpiece of tactical RPG design now finely tuned for consoles. Create your own hero, or pick from 6 detailed characters, each with personal quests and motives that shape every encounter. Combat is brilliantly strategic mix elements like fire, poison, and lightning to trigger explosive chain reactions and outsmart enemies. Every dialogue, choice, and decision affects your journey, giving real weight to your actions. Co-op works flawlessly, letting friends join in your chaos, while the refined visuals and interface make exploring Rivellon a joy. It's deep, dynamic, and endlessly replayable RPG supremacy.
They are God-woken, the chosen champions of the other 6 gods.
Path of Exile 2 is the eagerly awaited sequel to the acclaimed ARPG, delivering deep, skill-based action even in early access. You pick from 6 distinct classes and dive into complex skill trees, endless loot hunting, and fast-paced combat. Procedurally generated maps and the massive endgame atlas offer insane replayability, while dodge rolling and dynamic boss patterns keep fights engaging. The dark fantasy story is familiar but enriched with compelling world building and character interactions. Early acts can feel repetitive and loot stingy, but the endgame's depth and customization make this a rewarding, addictive experience for hardcore ARPG fans. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection brings the iconic hack-and-slash action to PS5 console, letting you dive into fast, satisfying combat with 7 distinct classes like Barbarian, Wizard, and Necromancer. Procedurally generated dungeons keep every run fresh, while Adventure Mode offers bounties and loot-packed challenges. Combat is fluid, smash hordes, dodge attacks, and chain combos for maximum carnage. Co-op, local or online, amps up the chaos, making teamwork a blast. With scaling difficulty, seasonal rewards, and endless loot, Diablo 3 delivers classic, addictive action that keeps you leveling, looting, and slaying for hours. Hades turns the fight to escape the underworld into a fast, endlessly replayable adventure. You play as Zagreus, the rebellious son of Hades, battling through shifting chambers with 6 unique weapons, smooth dash and cast moves, and powerful blessings from the gods. Each death sends you back home, but progress never resets. You unlock upgrades, build bonds with characters, and earn keepsakes that change how you play. With evolving bosses, clever boon combinations, and stylish cinematic combat backed by an incredible soundtrack, it perfectly blends action, storytelling, and strategy into a roguelite that never loses its spark.
Watch them fall, blood on a marble wall.
Diablo 4 is a dark and powerful action RPG that pushes the series to new heights. Set in the bleak world of Sanctuary, it pulls you into a harsh fight for survival where every battle, dungeon, and piece of loot feels meaningful. Combat is sharp and intense, with each class from lightning-casting sorcerers to brutal barbarians offering a unique and exciting way to play. The story has a few weak moments, but Lilith completely steals the spotlight with her mix of power and menace. The real hook is the endgame endless dungeons, PvP battles, and constant rewards that keep you coming back. Polished, challenging, and incredibly addictive, Diablo 4 is the ultimate evolution of the action RPG. Baldur's Gate 3 brings the world of Dungeons & Dragons to life with incredible freedom and depth. You can climb, sneak, cast spells, or use clever tricks to avoid combat completely. The turn-based battles are strategic and satisfying, rewarding smart use of your abilities and the environment. Character creation is massive, offering countless races, classes, and playstyles, while your companions each have their own stories and personalities. The story is huge, and full of choices that truly matter, whether you're playing solo or with friends in co-op. With constant surprises, hidden secrets, and memorable moments, Baldur's Gate 3 delivers one of the most epic adventures ever made.
Bow before me. Bow before the absolute.